What is the meaning of life? That was all a simple question, one that tended to close in on one with years. The great revelation had never come. The great revelation perhaps never did come. Instead, there were little daily miracles, illuminations, matches struck unexpectedly in the dark. Here was one. How much better is silence, the coffee cup, the table? How much better to sit by myself like the solitary seabird that opens its wings on the stake. Let me sit here forever with bare things, this coffee cup, this knife, this fork, things in themselves, myself being myself. Secondhand books are wild books, homeless books. They have come together in vast flocks of variegated feather and have a charm which the domesticated volumes of the library lack. Lock up your libraries if you like, but there is no gate, no lock, no bolt that you can set upon the freedom of my mind. Books are the mirrors of the soul. Why are women so much more interesting to men than men are to women? One cannot think well, love well, sleep well, if one has not dined well. If you do not tell the truth about yourself, you cannot tell it about other people. I can only note that the past is beautiful because one never realizes an emotion at the time. It expands later, and thus we don't have complete emotions about the present, only about the past. Writing is like sex. First you do it for love, then you do it for your friends, and then you do it for money. As a woman, I have no country. As a woman, I want no country. As a woman, my country is the whole world. When you consider things like the stars, our affairs don't seem to matter very much, do they? As long as she thinks of a man, nobody objects to a woman thinking. The eyes of others are prisons, their thoughts are cages. No need to hurry, no need to sparkle, no need to be anybody but oneself. Growing up is losing some illusions in order to acquire others. There was a star riding through clouds one night, and I said to the star, "Consume me." Women have served all these centuries as looking glasses possessing the magic and delicious power of reflecting the figure of man at twice its natural size. Nothing thicker than a knife's blade separates happiness from melancholy. I am rooted, but I flow. A woman must have money and a room of her own if she is to write fiction. Love, the poet said, is woman's whole existence. Dearest, I feel certain that I am going mad again. I feel we can't go through another of those terrible times, and I shan't recover this time. I begin to hear voices and I can't concentrate, so I am doing what seems the best thing to do. You have given me the greatest possible happiness. You have been in every way all that anyone could be. I don't think two people could have been happier till this terrible disease came. I can't fight any longer. I know that I am spoiling your life, that without me you could work. And you will, I know. You see, I can't even write this properly. I can't read. What I want to say is I owe all the happiness of my life to you. You have been entirely patient with me and incredibly good. I want to say that. Everybody knows it. If anybody could have saved me, it would have been you. Everything has gone from me but the certainty of your goodness. I can't go on spoiling your life any longer. I don't think two people could have been happier than we have been. A woman knows very well that though a wit sends her his poems, praises her judgment, solicits her criticism, and drinks her tea, this by no means signifies that he respects her opinions, admires her understanding, or will refuse, though the rapier is denied him, to run through the body with his pen. All extremes of feeling are allied with madness. Orlando naturally loved solitary places, vast views, and to feel himself forever and ever and ever alone. The history of men's opposition to women's emancipation is more interesting perhaps than the story of that emancipation itself. I thought how unpleasant it is to be locked out, and I thought how it is worse, perhaps, to be locked in. I am reading 6 books at once, the only way of reading, since, as you will agree, one book is only a single unaccompanied note, and to get the full sound, one needs 10 others at the same time. For now, she need not think of anybody. She could be herself, by herself. And that was what now she often felt the need of, to think. Well, not even to think. To be silent, to be alone. All the being and the doing, expansive, glittering, vocal, evaporated, and one shrunk with a sense of solemnity, to being oneself, a wedge-shaped core of darkness, something invisible to others, and this self having shed its attachments, was free for the strangest adventures. The truth is, I often like women. I like their unconventionality. I like their completeness. I like their anonymity. Melancholy were the sounds on a winter's night. So long as you write what you wish to write, that is all that matters. And whether it matters for ages or only for hours, nobody can say. Alone, I often fall down into nothingness. I must push my foot stealthily lest I should fall off the edge of the world into nothingness. I have to bang my head against some hard door to call myself back to the body. She had the perpetual sense, as she watched the taxicabs, of being out, far out to sea and alone. She always had the feeling that it was very, very dangerous to live even one day. I am made and remade continually. Different people draw different words from me. I have lost friends, some by death, others by sheer inability to cross the street. He thought her beautiful, believed her impeccably wise, dreamed of her, wrote poems to her, which, ignoring the subject, she corrected in red ink. To look life in the face always, to look life in the face and to know it for what it is, at last, to love it for what it is, and then to put it away. I will not be famous, great. I will go on adventuring, changing, opening my mind and my eyes, refusing to be stamped and stereotyped. The thing is to free oneself, to let it find its dimensions, not be impeded. What is the brain matter compared with the heart? For it would seem, her case proved it, that we write not with the fingers, but with the whole person. The nerve which controls the pen winds itself about every fiber of our being, threads the heart, pierces the liver. I have a deeply hidden and inarticulate desire for something beyond the daily life. And all the lives we ever lived and all the lives to be are full of trees and changing leaves. I meant to write about death, only life came breaking in as usual. Literature is strewn with the wreckage of those who have minded beyond reason the opinion of others. It might be possible that the world itself is without meaning. I see you everywhere, in the stars, in the river. To me, you're everything that exists, the reality of everything. When, however, one reads of a witch being ducked, of a woman possessed by devils, of a wise woman selling herbs, or even of a very remarkable man who had a mother, then I think we are on the track of a lost novelist, a suppressed poet, of some mute and inglorious Jane Austen, some Emily Bronte who dashed her brains out on the moor, or mopped and mowed about the highways, crazed with the torture that her gift had put her to. Indeed, I would venture to guess that Anon, who wrote so many poems without signing them, was often a woman. When I cannot see words curling like rings of smoke round me, I am in darkness. I am nothing. I don't believe in aging. I believe in forever altering one's aspect to the sun.